and welcome to Sim Street. It's nice to see you again. And if you're new here, I post all sorts of cozy Sims 4 content, such as creative Sims, gameplay, and more. I hope you enjoy, and let's get into today's video. So I have done 2 videos like this before, but I'm going to be showcasing functional objects for The Sims 4, and this one specifically is for better gameplay. So I do have 3 categories today. We have family, household, appliances and technology, and fun. So I'm just gonna go straight into it, and we're gonna go over the family and household category. So this first functional object that I have for you guys is the retro TV by A Winged Llama. So this TV can be found by going to the objects by room and living room and then click the televisions, or you can click the objects by function and then you can go to electronics and then televisions and it'll be there. So this TV is part of a collection, but I don't think you have to download the whole collection. I do believe that you can pick and choose what you want, but let's go ahead and turn it on. So this is what the TV looks like, and I just love the nostalgic feel to this. I've been looking for a good retro TV for a while, so I got super excited when I found this, and I definitely wanted to include it in this video. Moving on to the next object, we have this shoe bench, and it actually is double functional because you can sit on it, and it also does function as the little sign does from Snowy Escape, where you can choose to have shoes on or off in your Sims house. So yeah, this is also by A Winged Llama, and we can go ahead and click on it, and as you can see, you can sit on it like I said, but then you can also choose what kind of preference you want with shoes in your Sims house. So you can wear slippers indoors, allow shoes indoors, or have your Sims remove them. Alright, so see, my Sim just put on her shoes so that she can go outside. So I do have an override so that's a different animation, and you guys can download that as well, but I just wanted to show that it does work. And I think my Sim is a little bit short, so it might look a little bit weird. If you have the normal height Sim, then it should look fine. And this object can be found by searching up bench in the build and buy catalog. Alright, the next functional object we have is this welcome mat by Ravishing. You can find this object by clicking the objects by function and then the decorations. And then you can go down to rugs. And there are a bunch of different swatches, and you can kind of like tell what they say, which I really like that. Like this one probably says hello, this one says go away, and this one says welcome. So they're all super cute, but they are the same color scheme. So I'm not sure if this is actually how it works, but I'm pretty sure this rug is an object that kind of makes other Sims stay away from your house, because it can be pretty annoying when Sims are constantly coming up to your front door, because at least for me, that is just not realistic. So I'm pretty sure that is what this object does, but if I'm wrong, please let me know, and I'm sorry if this doesn't end up being a functional object, but at least it is still cute. Next up, we have these floor, wall, and ceiling air vents by Lot 51. These vents actually are a part of a small mod, but I did want to include them because I was personally looking for functional vents for the longest time, and I finally found some that I really like, and they come with an amazing mod. So I'm going to go ahead and show that really quickly. Okay, so the mod comes with this little device where you can click on it and choose settings, and this is where you enable HVAC gameplay in the save. So once it's enabled, it'll give you this pop-up saying heating and cooling gameplay enabled for entire save. Every lot in the save file will experience HVAC setting effects inside buildings. The heating and cooling lot challenge will be ignored. So then you can go ahead and click on this, and you can see that there are many different options. So you can actually set your preferred temperature in the house, and you can also set the fan mode to continuous or auto, and you can set the temperature mode to off, auto, heat, and cool. And then there are also settings once again. So to actually get all of that to work, you'll click on your Sims phone and then the home app, and you'll see there's this call Plum Bros option, and you'll go ahead and have your sim do that. So now she is on the phone with Plum Bros, and it's actually really cute because down here it says she's on hold. But then eventually you'll get this pop-up saying, "Thanks for calling Plum Bros. Are you currently experiencing an emergency?" And we'll go ahead and click no because we currently are not. And then now she is going to schedule an appointment. We'll go ahead and choose this one. They give you many different time options, and they might come the same day or it's the next day. I can't remember which one, but it is one of those. So eventually a Plum Bros worker will show up in their little uniform, and you can invite them in or dismiss them. And then you'll click on that sim, and you can click the I don't know if it's HVAC or HVAC, but we'll go ahead and click this, and we can ask to install smart alerts, ask to shut off water main, request premium installation package, or request a standard installation package. We'll just go ahead and do this one. So also, in order for it all to work, you'll have to get a few other items. So you can go ahead and type in the search bar Lot 51, and Lot 51 is the name of the creator. So there's a bunch of items that actually go with it and tie it all in together to make sure your Sims can have heating and cooling and all of that for their homes. So this is what the vents actually look like, and I think they're super cool. And I do want to show that there is an option to actually close them as well, and then the air will stop coming out of them. And also my sim has this happy moodlet saying great airflow from nearby air vents, and I have one up here in my sim's ceiling as well. You can put them on the wall, ceiling, and the floor. So I'm sorry that one was a little bit more of a mod review. You might be able to get the vent on its own as a functional object, but I'm not completely sure. But nonetheless, all of those objects are actually functional. You can interact with them, so it's definitely one that I recommend, especially if you're like me and you've been searching for a functional vent for your Sims home for the longest time. Alright, next up we have this functional cereal by Ravishing. So I'm gonna have my sim come over here, and you can click on the cereal box, and it says have breakfast. And then you see that there's this option to have cereal or granola. We'll go ahead, and it makes sense to have cereal, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and choose granola just because, well, why not? So then your sim will just go right up to the box and grab a bowl of cereal or granola. And yeah, that was basically it, but I think that's a really good option to have just because it is really realistic to go ahead and just grab cereal straight from the box. Moving on to the next category, we have appliances and technology. This first functional object that I want to share with you guys is actually a Dyson vacuum, and I basically flipped out when I saw this. I love Dyson vacuums, and I've been searching for one for so long for my Sims. So this is by Cowbuild, and I'll go ahead and show you guys what it looks like now. So you can click on it, and just like the other vacuums in the game, you can vacuum around, put in inventory, empty vacuum, choose your favorite vacuum cleaner, or upgrade. And you do need the Bust the Dust kit pack. And you do need the Dust the Bust kit pack for this to be functional in your game. But I'm pretty sure there is a decor option as well, so you might be able to have that. And I'll go ahead and click this and vacuum around. Alright, so this is what she looks like using it, and I'm just obsessed with this object. I think it is so cute. But that is basically it for this one. Alright, the next functional object I have for you guys is this vending machine by Around the Sims 4. And so as you can see, there are two different variations, and they are both super cute. They just have different options within the vending machine. And this is definitely a good option for better gameplay because you can really put this on so many different lot types, or if you really want, you could just put this in your Sim's house. I put mine in the front yard for this video, so You know, you can really do whatever you want with it, but it's so cute and definitely fun to have. So your sim can go ahead and click on it and buy a snack, and this will pop up, and there are many different options for you to choose from, and both variations are the same. So we'll just go ahead and click buy a snack, and then let's see. Let's go ahead and do strawberry candies because that sounds super good right now. And then your sim will just go up to it, and it has the fridge animation, so that's why it might look a little weird, but I don't think it's anything bothersome. So yeah, that is the vending machine functional object. Your sim will actually eat the candy that they bought as well. Alright, the next functional object I have for you guys is this internet router. And once again, this is technically a mini mod by Lot 51, but I think this is a really good functional object for better gameplay, so I had to show it because this whole video is really about making your gameplay better with these little objects. So first off, right off the bat, you can click on the router and click settings, and you can set the gameplay to hard mode. But we're not going to do that. We're going to go ahead and turn on the router. And now that the router is on, we can go ahead and click the settings once again. And there are parental controls to give a timeout for certain sims if you have kids in the household. But also we can rename the Wi-Fi network, reset the Wi-Fi password, or we can go ahead and set the gameplay to hard mode so that we actually have to have like the Sims Link internet service, and that makes it to where you have to have like a whole mod out of it. But if you just get it and set it to the easy mode, you can kind of just make it a functional object and it doesn't have to be a whole mod. If you did want to actually set it to hard mode though, you would have to go ahead and set it up with a Sims Link sim, and it would say something like TV is not available. So yeah, that's really up to you guys if you want to do that or not. Alright, the next functional object I have for you guys is the Divoom by Channel 4 Sims. So this object can actually be found by going to the objects by function, and then you can go ahead and choose electronics, and it'll be under computers. And there are multiple swatches as well if you don't like the pink one that I had on there, but I'll just stick with the pink one. So when you click on the Divoom, you can put it on your inventory, or you can play Blick Block Tap, and your sim will just pick it up, and then here's the little animation for it. And if you wanted to, in build mode, you can go ahead and use the search bar to look up Divoom. And as you can see, there are plenty of different options. So we have the game version, and then we have a stereo version. The stereo version has all of these different images on them, and it's super cute. But also there is this animated version as well. So if you just wanted it on your Sim's desk, you can go ahead and choose whatever swatch you want. And here, I'll go ahead and put this one here as well, just so we can see the differences. As you can see, they are animated and it is super cool. And then like I said, this one is a stereo, so you can go ahead and turn on any type of music you want. So there we go, it actually just changed images because it is animated. The next functional object we have is the water filter by Tuds. So for this object, I went ahead and just searched water filter in the build and buy mode, and you can see here that there are a lot of different swatches, and it's like a clay water filter, or there's like this stainless steel water filter, and it's pretty big. But there is also a cactus version as well. So here's what that cactus version looks like. And there are different color swatches for this one as well. Alright, so you can go ahead and click on it and just choose to get water. And that is basically it for the functionality of this object. But I think it's a really nice thing to have, and I don't know, I find myself having my Sims drink water sometimes, and I don't think that all Sims would drink just out of the sink, so this is definitely a great option just for better gameplay. Moving on to the fun category. Next up, we have this gaming console by Ibing Llama. And this is super cute and nostalgic, and this is actually from the same pack as the retro TV that I showed earlier, so they go really nicely together. So we can go ahead and click on it, and you can do anything you would a regular game console. So you can enter game tournament, play online game, play multiplayer game, or play game. We'll just go ahead and do Party Frenzy. So also, if you would like, this game console does come with a new override for the controllers, and it matches the console, and it is super cute and retro, so I definitely like that little touch a lot. Next up, we have this magical broom ride by Hydrangea, and this is probably one of the cutest things I've ever seen in The Sims. So your sim can come over here, and I think when your sim first does it, it just says ride for 1 simoleon. But now that my sim has been doing it over and over again, it says all of these, and you are required to download a separate functional object in order for this one to work, because it's a mesh for this object, and it's like a bull riding object. But personally, I just like this one a lot more. So yeah, we'll go ahead and just do this, and look, she's already getting on it on her own. It's kind of really crazy because, like I said, the mesh is a bull riding machine, and watch her. That's literally so crazy. But we'll go ahead and just watch her for a second. I think it's so funny. If you have any spellcaster sims, this is perfect. And then basically they are either going to fail or succeed. So as you can see, my sim is going to fail in just a second. She's going to be like flung off of it or something. Oh my gosh. I think there's a few different animations actually, and then they like limp away, and it's so funny. Alright, next up we have this soccer goal by Sepsid Creation. So for this one, you're just gonna go ahead and click on the ball, and it's really simple. You just click to kick, and as soon as my sim is done with this, we can go ahead and show that off. And sorry for the outfit change, you guys. I guess it got really cold. Alright, so that is what that animation looks like. It's a little bit different each time. There's a few different animations for it, so it's kind of just a surprise every time. I have used this in so many different games of mine, so I definitely recommend this one for all sorts of better gameplay. Alright, the next functional object I have is this radio. I guess I'm showing a lot of retro things today, but this one is just super cute. I didn't want to pass it up. It's by My Shuno Sun. So your sim can go ahead and just use it as any other radio in the game, and it'll function just like any other radio. But I just really wanted to show you guys this because I have also been looking for a retro radio for a long time, and this one is just like the perfect one. So alright, last but not least, we have this lizard terrarium and the lizard itself as well. So these are actually two separate things, but they really go together. So the lizard terrarium is by Queso, hopefully I'm saying that right, but it's a lizard CC pack, and I do think you can download individually, but I might be wrong about that. But there's a few different size terrariums, and then when you download the quote-unquote lizard, it's actually an iguana. There are 3 different sizes as well, and they each are different colors, so that's really cool. And those are by Bakey Gaming. But then you basically just place the quote-unquote lizard into the terrarium, and it just moves a little bit. It moves its head, and I think that's about it, but it is pretty cool. Yeah, it's actually a light, so you can go ahead and click on it and turn it on, or you could turn it off, and we'll go ahead and turn it on. And just like any other light in the game, you can set color and intensity of the light, and you can also name it as well. So that is pretty cool. You can kind of treat it like the other pets that aren't fully functional in the game, and you can name it. You can't do anything with the actual iguana, but it does move, so it is kind of functional. And I got a lot of questions about this when I had it in a video, so I definitely wanted to show this to you guys. Alright everyone, that actually wraps up the video. I did want to make this pretty quick and not dragged on just because it is just a showcase, so I wanted to get to the point and just show you guys what everything does. So hopefully I executed that well. But with all of that being said, I really appreciate you guys, and especially with the love you guys gave me on the last 2 videos that I did similar to this one. It means the world to me, and I just cannot believe that that many of you guys have watched them. So with all of that being said, thank you all so much for your support, and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys!